Hi, this is Matt Edwards, Sherlock Home Inspections. Phone number is 971-212-7481. Website address is yourinspectionneeds.com. Today's date is Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. The address we're inspecting today is 622 East Main Street, Hillsboro, Oregon, 97123. We are about to perform a video inspection of the property's main sewer line through the basement clean out. The equipment being used today is the Rigid Sea Snake. This is one of the best sewer cameras in the market today. Before we begin this video inspection, it will be noted that some H sewer pipes made out of clay, concrete, cast iron, asbestos, and Orangeburg may be in good working order and may never have had a clogged or sewer backup before. However, due to real estate transactions, attorneys, and lawsuits, Sherlock Home Inspections must recommend the following to meet the current codes. All sewer pipes should be watertight, made of the cast iron ABS 3034 or HDPE pipe with appropriate fittings and couplers. All sewer pipes should be free from breaks, offsets, separations, tree roots, valleys, and party sewers. Sherlock Home Inspections recommends replacing any sewer pipe that does not meet these specifications. Here we go. We are in a 4-inch cast iron pipe. We are running some water from the laundry room sink to ensure that our pipe is watertight and is going to remain watertight throughout this inspection. Now, right off the bat, right from the get-go, we would recommend having a sewer scope performed every 2 years, keeping an eye on this pipe. This is a pipe from most likely the 40s, an old metal pipe sitting in the ground, and so we definitely, again, even if it looks like it's working or in working condition today, this pipe is going to want to be monitored. And then of course you almost need to go into this knowing that this will most likely need to be updated into a modern plastic piping in the future. And we'll keep our fingers crossed it just keeps on going and going. But this is an old cast iron pipe. They average around between like 40 and 50 years, and so we're probably past that. Still looks to be in working condition, at least through the first 10 feet. We're going to transition here to a concrete pipe. It's at about 19 feet. The pipe transitions. So this signifies a few things. This signifies transitioning pipe size. So we just went from 4-inch pipe into a much larger pipe, probably 6 or 8-inch pipe. Signifies transitioning pipe materials, cast iron into concrete. And then lastly, we're transitioning into a branch off of the city lateral piping out there in the roadway. And even though we enter into city lateral piping here, technically all of this would be buyer owner responsibility throughout the entire length. Now these old concrete pipes, they typically wear out faster than the cast iron pipes. So again, just one more reason to keep an eye on this. Where you're going to see the deterioration is where the two sections of pipe come together. You see kind of a flaking of the concrete and deterioration, and that's typically where they fail first. Earthworm. So you can see the critters are getting in, which again, if they're getting in, then there's got to be a way for them to get in there. So again, the pipe is definitely showing its age. Maybe even a little bit of separation happening here. one of those situations where you wish you could get the camera head to turn and look right at it, but you can't. So it looks like a little bit of deterioration or separation is happening at that joint, and obviously the critter has found his way in. Doesn't look like we're losing large amounts of water. Everything seems to be about the same water level as when we started. Again, here where you see the most deterioration is where two sections of pipe come together. So if you look at the bottom of the screen right now, you can see some pretty heavy deterioration there. So the pipe is definitely showing its age. Yeah, and again, pretty worn at the joints. There you can kind of feel it as you're going over the top of it there. Coming into the home stretch, we're going to turn and we're going to drop right down in on top of the lateral. And it's going to twist one more time before we get there. And again, seeing some pretty heavy deterioration right at the lateral out there on the road. And we're going to twist and we're going to drop into the end of the line here. So we'll call it 69 feet to the lateral. This is the end officially of buyer-owner responsibility, 69 feet away from the house. So there's a handful of things going on here. It's like, because of the age or the deterioration, we have to go into this knowing that this is going to need some attention in the near future. Before closing, we'd recommend taking this video and the report and passing it on to a drain repair specialist to see what he thinks about any remaining life expectancy in here. So we see a lot of deterioration, we see a lot of wear, but we don't see like an absolute or a catastrophic fail. It's just showing its age. It looks like it's aged pretty well. It's put up a good fight. It's hung on there as much as it can, but it's definitely showing its age. So I would recommend before closing passing the video and the report on to a drain repair specialist to see what sort of estimated life expectancy or remaining life expectancy would be in this pipe. He could recommend that it be replaced now, just being proactive and as a precaution. But just something to think about. So before closing, recommend doing that. So I'd say the pipe needs some attention right now. It wasn't an absolute fail, like I said, and it wasn't an absolute pass. It was kind of somewhere in between, just based on all of the aging and the wear. If he just recommends monitoring, then of course, like I said a few times, you have to just keep an eye on it and expect that this is going to need some attention in the future.